welcome to RaceVerse coverage of the RaceVerse Hockenheim Grand Prix, I guess. I am Gary Gotso. Thanks for joining me here tonight as the field for the Formula Indy Series is currently going through qualifications right now. We got about 5 minutes left in the qual session, 15-minute qual session. It was a pretty spirited practice session that they just got out of, and now they're laying down the hot times. Currently on the pole is Caleb Bency, followed by Julian Altina, Christopher Hill, Matthew Casey, and the boss man, Matt Houston in P5. It's the RaceVerse Hockenheim Grand Prix. We'll just call it that. Sponsored by RaceVerse, presented by RaceVerse, powered by RaceVerse. Anything that a show needs to be powered, presented by, you know, whatever they do now, that's RaceVerse is doing that tonight. So we want to thank RaceVerse for sponsoring this and me and this whole station. Jal Ritter currently on the track. He is a former champion of the RaceVerse Indy Challenge, where we had this back last winter, and it was a small, about 6 or 7 event IndyCar series that raced on tracks that IndyCar used to be at or should be at. Although I beg to differ on Summit Point. I don't think IndyCar should be there. Same thing with Lucas Oil Raceway. But possibly the Dover race that they had was one of the most exciting races I have ever called in my brief career of doing play-by-play. It was like a 3-way battle right to the finish. And as you know, Bristol really is only 2 cars wide. It's closer to 4 cars to the finish, and it's a 2-car wide front stretch. Yeah. So Gerald Ritter, the defending champion of that. I don't know if we'll have that a return season of that, but hey, he deserves recognition for it nevertheless. We'll get down and show you the starting lineup here just a little bit. Oh yes, Julian, thanks. Yeah, you got the Spinella. You actually got the chrome horn. No, that's more what you got. Yeah, Julian, go. Oscar Fredrickson also in chat. Teammate of mine telling Julian to shut up and drive. Currently showing right now, Gavin Sanders. And that Kamigoya eSports livery. There's his teammate right there, Logan Paxa. They're putting down their laps. They kind of waited to the last minute. Also not putting down any laps yet, Tyler Coogan and Andrew Wood. Not present that I see is last week's winner, Liam Quinn. Not here. Must be getting ready for that fixed Indy 500 coming up this weekend. He put those setups together for Major's setup shop, and I threw one on last night. And a 60-man or woman practice session, I went to P3. So that's some legit stuff. I tweaked it a little bit for my liking, but I went from kind of mid-pack with just a regular old fixed setting and put that on, and bam, right to the top. Easy peasy. I don't want to give any free pub to Majors, but man, that is my home track, though. Paxa going to P2. We're right ahead of Altena. We're just having iRacing camera here decide what's most exciting right now. Mr. Excitement is Logan Paxa. currently is getting ready to enter the south curve, or the Süd curve, as they say in German here, down the main straight, heading to turn 1, which is called the Nord curve. Of course, as you know, this straightaway used to go back into the wilderness. Here's Andrew Wood. Yes, the straights used to go well back into the wilderness. There was a chicane back there, then it kind of arced back a little bit, another chicane, came back on the return trip, another chicane. One of the fastest tracks, it was the fastest track, I understand, on the Formula One schedule. Only one of the few tracks that I could actually drive with no problem. So quals are over. Let's get a starting lineup here real quick. We got Bensi, Paskak, Altena, Hill, Wood, and Casey. Houston, DeMade, Sanders, Molitor, Dunn, excuse me. I keep messing up his name, sorry. Jason Fryer. Christian Jasper, Zachary Gregory, Claiborne, Groff, Flaum, and Kennedy in P18. Mascioni, Ball, Ritter, Lusher, and Tyler Coogan taking no time in 24th. And we kind of got to run through these because of the standing start. What we have going on here is a gamesmanship right now where everyone's kind of seeing who's lining up with what compound on. So we'll keep the blimp view here. We'll get a better view of the standing start here. Still gridding up. Revving up, here we go. Green flag. Oh, a little bit of a rough start for a little bit in the back there. Caleb Bensi down the 1, Logan Paxka right behind him. Logan right there is not getting far away. Oh, there's a battle for second, excuse me, for third. Full set. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Julian Altena taking out multiple cars in that wreck. Let's get back there. Oh no, Dakota DeMade is back there as well. Looks like he might just tow this one. The 53 of Jason Fryer involved in that one. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look and see what happened, if we can, while everyone is still kind of going. I want to take a look at the 66 of Matt Houston. Two teammates unfortunately make contact and put Julian Altena and a whole bunch of other cars. It's innocent bystanders. Oh my goodness. Well, let's get back to live coverage. So it looks like at Dakota in the Arctic Sunset livery there, kind of gave the boot to Matt Houston. Matt Houston then into Julian Altina, and then there was looks like a semi-related but not directly related event. I think it was a lot of people just kind of extra checking up and caught some other people by surprise as a result. Further on back, that caught out a couple other cars. It looks like involved in that incident, you have Altina, Houston, DeMade, Sanders, Fryer, Jasper, and Groff all involved in that incident. It looks like Tyler Coogan in 23rd did not line up to take the green, so we are only looking at 22 cars starting right now. So far we have everybody from 13th place up has not stopped. Neil Lusher decided to come in, maybe had some damage to get looked at. He made a stop. Brian Molitor also made a stop. We'll go back through the field and see about those other. Right now, we're seeing a lot of people listed as out. Oh! Oh no! Another one! Looks like Logan lost the wing, but it comes back magically into place. Now P2 is Andrew Wood. Actually needs to recover because he got a hungry Matthew Casey right behind him in that X-Wing fighter livery. I do not know to what degree Logan might be. I would say he's probably a little injured. He might want to get into the pits and get that looked at, especially after that wide exit. Yeah, he's another wide exit right there. He's just simply not getting the downforce that he would normally get. Is he going to go take the pits? No, nope, he's not going to go take the pits. So we'll keep an eye on this as your leader, Caleb Bency, is sailing away, followed by Andrew Wood, 2.6 seconds behind. This right now is the most interesting battle on the racetrack. Andrew Wood, purple, last lap, 124.294. 124.294, purple. Yeah, Oscar, F for Julian, yeah. F for a lot of people on that one. That's most unfortunate. This whole hairpin right here, these guys really got to come down to a crawl, especially after being on the accelerator for so long through through the curve. And it's called the parabolica in this case. There's not the parabolica, it's at Monza. This is another one. Be noting these curves. Come on. Note these curves. Drivers have been. Jeez, my urbanese. The drivers have been saying that these curves have been quite interesting, especially on the larger curves on exit, which it kind of looks like it has a bit of a ditch or a water runoff area. They found that the cars, when they bounce into those, can grab onto that little ditch area and send the car really flying. So when they go over those curves, like right there, it's at their own peril. So it looks like Paxa has recovered a little bit and is pulling away from Matthew Casey. Let's go back to the battle for 9th and 10th with Zhao Ritter. He is all over John Mascioni. And Mascioni is kind of blinking too. That makes things a little bit more difficult. Right behind him is Alexander Ball. Here's Christopher Hill. Looks like he had a bit of a rough start right there at the beginning. Didn't get away as fast as he wanted to. Kind of clogged up the route into turn one a little bit, but he's underway. He's recovered. He's in P4. Made it through the fracas down there in the hairpin. Cody Claiborne back in driveline livery. I haven't seen him in that for a while, with his teammate Zachary Gregory behind him. Let's take a look at Zachary Gregory here. I believe this is his first race. wonder how many times people get his name wrong. Gregory, Zachary, Jordan, Cameron, Jordan. You know, those two football players, yeah. Well, good luck, Logan P. Well, he's doing pretty good. He is in P3 currently at the moment, and made it through that hairpin first lap crash, if you want to call it, incident, and managed to drive away. Almost got into another incident when he drove her deep down right onto Caleb Bency's gearbox, and might have sustained some damage. Don't know. But allowed Andrew Wood to get the drop on him for P2. Andrew Wood, 123.979, purple lap. I think everyone's starting to settle down into a bit of a rhythm here. We are 7 of 44 in. If you just joined us, this is RaceVerse coverage of the Sunset Arctic Formula Indy Series from Hockenheim Ring in Germany. Baden-Württemberg to be exact. Baden-Württemberg is a state like Indiana or Ohio. Caleb Bency, your leader, looking for a little redemption after the very disappointing great start to the ERL Indy 500 on Friday, and then only to be DC'd by the network gods. Not fair. I've been there, buddy. I've been there. That wasn't really the network gods. It was more the iRacing IR18 bug, which they say hopefully is fixed. If it isn't, this weekend at Indy is going to be very interesting. Let's go through the field. We were taking a look at Caleb Bency in P1. We were looking at Andrew Wood there in the lives the name, man. Lives the name in that Wood liveried Dallara. Back at P3 is Logan in the number 16. Fiber Data Exchange, Midwest Internet Exchange, Dallara. Almost said Lola. God, I miss those. Matthew Casey reporting in. So I don't know if he's checked out. Let me know if he checked out the Bad Batch on Disney Plus. It's the latest Star Wars release. Christopher Hill recovered from that little bit of a slow start to be a solid P5 right now and tracking down Matthew Casey. Cody Claiborne in a very comfortable P6 right now. Alexander Ball is about 7 seconds behind Claiborne in that Hinch livery there. P8, Zachary Flown. It's like Zachary Gregory dropped a couple positions last time we saw him. Whoa, 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 whoa. what we got going on at the... got some action. Well, this is not a fast for position. That's Gavin Sanders. He has the lap down due to the incident in the hairpin on lap 1. Let's go back to Zachary Gregory there, who's now in P9. Brian Kennedy, when we had our exhibition race here, he had a very strong event here. Very strong event. My understanding is that he has came to this league and he seems to be got some loose body work there. I don't know if that's a glitch in iRacing or what. My understanding, he comes to the series via a BMW touring car series that RaceVerse broadcasts during the week. So we welcome him to the IndyCars. Seems to be taking to a pretty good P10. There's Brian Mulder in the AAR, the All-American Racers Eagle. Who do we see drive that? Juan Manuel, let's see, Juan Jr. I'm going to go look that one up. While we do that, we'll watch. That is a great looking livery. I always like the eagle up the front there. Castrol is a great sponsor. I wish they would come back and do a little bit more sponsoring of IndyCar, at least on a wider scale there. We'll continue to move through the field here in just 1 second. Yeah, Juan Manuel Fangio II. And that's right, PJ Jones. That's right. See, I couldn't give that up. It was like OCD, so like it's a bit in the teeth, just shaking it. I gotta get it out. But there he is. He's getting a lot of camera time. Brian Mulder. Just because he picks the right livery. Let's go back to P12. Now you see him, now you don't. Ta-da. Want to do that. Let's see what we want to do. Here's Neil Lusher. Currently going through the Parabolica. They actually call that's one long turn, turn 5. Here's the hairpin. This is 6. This is where we had the issues on the first lap. Little extra runoff. Oh, and this is just unfortunate timing to have the camera there. But as you see, those, as I was saying in the during watching the leaders there, getting into that little. And the leaders are coming up on him, as a matter of fact. Getting into that little ditch area there upsets the car. Here's Gavin Sanders. Side by side with Joe Ritter. This is a battle for position. But actually, you know what? Yeah, it is a battle for position. Both of them are a lap down. And coming right up behind him is Matt Houston. To the inside, taking a look. Coming into the stadium portion. Oh, he's going to go wide. He's going to go wide. Keep it on it, keep on it, keep on it, keep on it. Whoa, look at the runoff area there, and he manages to pull off that pass. Oh, no, they're still side by side. No, this is good action right here. Imagine both these fellas are racing with a little anger right now. I noticed the exit of on the south curve there. They do not give them the runoff like they do in the north curve, because if they did, Formula One drivers would use every inch of it, I'm sure. Joe Ritter, a little bit long there on the locks him up. Allows Gavin Sanders to creep right back into the picture here a little bit. Now you could just hear the car. Oh, no. That might have been... can't find out which one it was. Yeah, it was definitely one of the driveline cars. Taking a look at Matt Houston after the car's repaired. Or mostly repaired. Who knows what the type of damage he might have on the back end there. Looks like it's bouncing around a little bit more than normal. Yeah, John, let's see. I don't know who did that spin there, but it's not John in the 12. Here's Christian Jasper, also caught up in that lap 1 hairpin incident. He's in currently P17 in that Tasman Motorsports inspired livery of his. Drove a really good looking Pioneer Zanardi livery from 2001 in the Velocity Online Racing race that we had at Texas. It was a throwback to 2001, to the race that never was. We actually had everyone dress up in kart liveries to actually complete the race for kart. And we did. And no one got dizzy. Currently showing Jason Fryer still in the race, but in the pits. 17 cars remain. We're trying to find where our leader is. There he is. Andrew Wood is our leader. Managed to get around Caleb. That's what happens when you are actually Caleb pit at lap 15, so we're not really missing anything, to be honest. I wonder if Andrew made his livery with cork, if it would be faster. Wide exit, gets into the pits. Here's his stop. Long entrance, get right to those cones here. Let's watch our leader as Logan Paxa assumes the lead. We are going to the primes. And we're down and away. Showing a pretty quick stop there. Let's go back to our leader. Careful, watch that a little ditch area. That's for a little runoff. Logan currently is he's rocking the alts right now, and he is skatey, so he might, look at him, he's fighting it. He might want to make this opportunity to hit pit road. He is coming to it here real soon as he gets through the infield stadium portion. This is where they hold rock concerts and a whole bunch of other things right here for the people in Hockenheim. Hockenheim is the name of the town. Logan pits in as we figured he would. Matthew Casey assumes the lead. Christopher Hill comes up to P2. Both of those two have not stopped yet. Also not stopped is P6 Zachary Flaum and P7 Brian Kennedy. Both of those guys are still on their first stint. Yep, there's a little damage there on the wing. They got it fixed. That might be slightly longer. So I think they have a fast repair in this league. And there we go. Down and away. So they got the wing fixed. He managed to hold on to second with a broken wing. That's pretty impressive. Christopher Hill is your leader now. Got the position for Matthew Casey. Words aren't needed for that one. I'm sure there isn't very many that you can at least say on this particular shared company. Very sorry, Julian. That was a new paint job, too. Didn't really get much chance to show it off. Casey diving deep. He's got those prime tires. So does Hill. Let's see if they make them longer. Coming down to 6. Whoa, he had to really check up. I'm not quite sure. I'm wondering if they're going to pit, if both of them are going to pit this lap and they're just choosing not to battle it out. Or he knows that Hill's going to pit this lap. We'll see. Casey's able to brake so much deeper than Hill right now. Wide exit a little bit there. Still maintains it. Now we're coming to the south curve. Are we going to go pit? Yes, we are. Both of them are pitting. That's exactly kind of what I thought. I don't know if these two are working together or they just happen to know, but they are coming to pit road. We will get a camera on them there. On your leaders. This will allow Caleb Bency to assume the lead after the cycle of pit stops. These two went 17 laps on that stint. Oh, Casey gets just a little bit away, a little bit slower, but they both go to the alternate tires. See if we can pick up our leader here. Oh, that's an interesting battle right there. Because that is for the lead. And quickly approaching. Actually not. I saw the glimmer of Pax's car, but I think he's a ways behind this particular group. 14 seconds. So this is where the action is right now. Caleb Bency holding the banner for RaceVerse after that turn 6 incident between him and his incident between a couple of his teammates. Wide exit out of 1. Use it all. I think Wood actually. Okay, that's Gavin Sanders back there. That's why it looked familiar. Wood did not use as much of that exit. We are 20 of 44. Let's talk about the point situation, because we have not talked points. Here's your current point situation. As mentioned, Liam Quinn is not here. He is currently your P1 leader. We need to get back to the action real quick here. No, we're not. Okay, I thought it was almost a pass for the lead. We just wanted to make sure that we got that covered. Caleb Benson currently is your leader, is in P2. Gavin Sanders, who had a bit of a rough spot, currently in 13th. Matt Houston also currently had a rough start there as well. He's in 14th. Christopher Hill, despite the kind of the slow start he got, he is actually doing pretty good. P4. Julian Altena, he got taken out entirely. He is P17, so he's going to make a bit of a fall from the top 10. Logan Paxton right now is in P3 and currently is doing pretty good. Dakota DeMay is 8th place in the point standings, and he is currently he is out. He is 23rd in the running order right now, so he is done for the day. Jeff Groff and Andrew Wood round out the rest of the top 10. Jasper Coogan, Flaum, Casey DeSvart, Tribble, Sadler, Massione, Herman Nürnberger, Kennedy Ball, Claiborne, Molitor, Coogan, Fryer, Powers, and Robinette. And there's a pass for the lead as we got to get back to coverage here. Whoa. I really have a lot of stuff I need to show you, like this, like the standings. We need to show that. Oh, wide exit. Gonna give Wood the opportunity. I need to show you the schedule. We got a couple commercials to show you, but we can't leave this action. Hey, if you just joined us, you're just flipping around on YouTube like, hey, what's this? Formula Indy Series, Hockenheim. What's this? Well, this is RaceVerse coverage of at iRacing. Sunset Arctic Formula Indy Series from the Hockenheim ring. Current leader is Caleb Benson, and hot on his tail, P2, is Andrew Wood, who's 3/10 behind. If you like what you see and would like to be a part of this league, feel free to search it out on the iRacing league search feature. Caleb taking a defensive position there coming into turn 6. It does alter his exit a little bit and allows Wood to kind of get closer. If you like what you see, you want to be part of the league, find it in the league search, Formula Indy Series. Apply to join the league and also join their Discord server and get to meet your fellow drivers. 22 drivers took the green light this week. It's about we had almost 30 take the green light last week. Not very many. One of the reasons why it's a slightly smaller field, not everyone has this track yet. This is a fairly new track that just is offered from iRacing from this last last major update. Andrew Wood got a big run coming out of 1. I really want to go through the rest of the field as well and show you what else is going on back there, but you got to watch the run for the lead. There is no other. The next closest battle is 10th, 11th, and 12th. They're kind of running close together. And maybe we can get an eye on them just real quickly. You got to get back up to the front. Gavin Sanders in the pit right now. I mean, how do you, as a driver, taking a look on the inside, just got a bad line, it's not going to be able to pull that one off. They go through what they call the, there's actually a name for those little set of curves right there. They're in the parabolic right now. Here's the hairpin. Ah, that's right. We'll go over these here real quick, just to kind of familiarize you with all the curve names. Okay, this is the south curve, the Sud curve. It's the S with the umlaut, makes the U sound. Coming across the start-finish line into the north curve. And now we're coming down to turn 2, and this is, you're going to have a funny name, and it's just a German word, and I'll explain it here. It's the Einfahrt Parabolica. Einfahrt, I said fart, but it's Fahrt, actually means entrance to the Parabolica, entrance to the turn 5 curve here, as they come down to the Spitzkirche. Better known as a hairpin. Oh, everybody had a little bit of a wiggle. Back ends kick out. Opportunities were had to be had there. I come out of this turn. Oh, nice grab. Excellent grab. This is the Mobile 1 curve coming right now. This is the Mobile 1 curve. I guess they paid money for it. And this is the Sachs curve. I'm assuming it's named for Eddie Sachs. The clown prince of IndyCar racing. Whoa! Oh, Lord knows, Duke boys. I don't know if this, he's racing the car too hard and he's just losing touch with Caleb, but Caleb is starting to pull away. We got a brewing battle here back in 3rd and 4th. Paxa with a 1.5 second margin on Hill. There's Matt Houston. We'll keep the camera on him for just a second as we will now go to the schedule. As you saw last week, we were at the road course in Indianapolis, where we completed 125 miles. This week we are, of course, here at Hockenheim Ring in Baden-Württemberg, Germany, where we're going to do 125 miles here, 44 laps. We're a little past halfway on that one right now. Next week we go to Road America. That is their second longest event of the season, where they will go 150 miles. It's just the nature of the course to make it a little bit longer, 150 miles. And then Memorial Day weekend. Or not quite Memorial Day weekend, but Memorial Day week, so to speak. the week before the 500, the Tuesday before the 500, May 25th. These guys will take to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval for their version of the 500. It'll be a 250, 100 laps there on the oval. They'll wrap the season up on Montreal. Then they'll go to Spa, the Watkins Glen and Suzuka Grand Prix in Japan. The Spa Frankencore. I can't even say it right now. The Spa race will actually be a Formula One throwback livery race. So these guys had a chance to vote on different styles of liveries they wanted to use, and they voted for Formula One, the one I know the least about. They could have done kart. I know a little bit about it. They could have done Indy Racing League or Indianapolis 500. I know that one, but no. They went F1. So if I don't know your livery very well, sorry. Back to action. Currently are watching P13 Matt Houston after recovering a little bit after that right there where he had a little bit of an incident. Turn 6, got ran into. Behind him, Christian Jasper. This is for position. Let's take a look at Caleb Bency. Well, Woods really not gotten away. In fact, Woods closed back in. One of the sponsors of the Caleb Bency car is Fawn and Fanny. Last week we did have the Fawn and Fanny Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Speedway, and let's take a look at the Fawn and Fanny really quick while we have we can in the action. Little pause here.
Fawn and Fanny is an interactive specialty retailer of bath, body, and skincare products. And what we do is we DIY and customize bath, body, and skincare products. You can make hand sanitizer and hair gel and shampoo and conditioner and body lotions and body soaps and body butters and scrubs and even pet products. We have a very nice guys selection as well. The logo was designed just specifically for them, and the bottles were selected for them, and the scents. Our products are stripped down of all the unnecessary chemicals, and you can bring that product up however you're comfortable with it.
There you have it, Fawn and Fanny, the associate sponsor here on the side of Caleb Bency's Delara. See right there on the engine cowling. Wood is back in contact. So look, Gavin Sanders is out. So 15 cars currently on the track. Caleb Bency is your leader. Andrew Wood is P2. Logan Paxa, P3. Christopher Hill, P4. Matthew Casey in P5. Those are your top 5 right now. Field's getting kind of spread out. I will say that it looks like a bit of a battle brewing in 10th and 11th. We could maybe get the camera on those two. Brian Kennedy and Brian Molitor. I'm not going to say anything stupid like the Battle of the Bryans or anything like that. Oh, we have an issue. Andrew Wood. He is off in the pits. That looks like that's a planned pit stop. Double check here and make sure that is a planned pit stop. I believe it is. Yeah, that is a planned pit stop. Caleb Bency right in front of him is lap traffic. It's Neil Lusher. Currently running the 15th spot. Pulls over. Let's Caleb through almost to the dirt. I think he's trying to get that hot lap in right before pitting. So they're doing 15, 15, and 4. Yeah, and he's pitting right here. They don't give you very many good angles here. Like, look at our nice red wall. Pace car getting no use today again. Down and away and on the alternate compound. So he's going to finish this one out, trying to get that fast lap and oh, Wood, this is going, watch it. Wood gets the drop. Now, these tires are not up to temperature yet, so Caleb, he needs to catch him quickly. Time is running short. The reds of Wood are up to temperature now, but the thing is, Wood's reds will go off a lot quicker than Caleb. Caleb takes a look to the inside, outside juke. Pump fake. No go. Wow. All it was it had to be just hitting that pit line and getting slowed down and woed down at the last possible second. Right now, your leader is Logan Paxa. He has a bit of a fan following here in the chat. He's driving that fiber data exchange, Midwest Internet Exchange sponsored Lola. I'll just say Lola. What the hell? We got Lolas and March and Swifts and what else was out there? Penske's, Renards, Wildcats. Lusher takes a wide entrance there to let Paxa on by. Paxa kind of balances the left front a little bit, but makes it through. We'll see when he makes a turn down pit road. Almost stepped off into that. I believe that extra green area, the rug is like AstroTurf. Oh, I think Neil Rusher might have ran off. Oh, yeah, he did. Careful, careful, careful. Wait for your spot. Patience, patience, patience. And here come the leaders. Definitely not in front of the leaders. There you go. And he's back underway. Logan Paxa on pit road. We'll have to go through the field one more time here before we get into the twilight hours of this race. Brian Molitor gets a tow back to the pits. Wonder what happened there. Logan Paxa underway and takes P5. And cycles out behind Wood and Binsey. So when these pit stops cycle through, he will assume P3. Here is your current leader, Christopher Hill, followed by Matthew Casey. Hot on his trail with fresh, super fresh tires is Andrew Wood, and he's pulling away from Caleb Binsey. He's got a 3-second lead on Caleb Binsey. Wood is just laying him down. 1:23.758 as a purple lap. Yeah, Woods he's going to want to get by Casey here. Oh, Casey runs long into the south curve, into the wall. I know he saw the leader behind him, or what's going to be the leader. I don't know if that spooked him a little bit, but that's most unfortunate. Right there at pit entrance as well. Hopefully he can maybe get that out of the kitty litter and drive it across and get it on the pit road, and maybe they could fix that and not do a tow. Now, Christopher Hill made his stop. He is complete, so now Andrew Wood is your leader. And he's pulled out to a 3.5-second lead over Caleb Binsey. Just like that. So let's go through the field real quick. Here is P1, Andrew Wood. As we're cutting down to 10 to go, Caleb Binsey. Logan Paxa is currently exiting the hairpin. Matthew Casey's back under power. Still showing in P5. It's a great recovery if that's the case. Cody Claiborne right on his tail. This might be an emerging battle to watch here. In case Casey's not fully repaired. He looks fully repaired. Claiborne's teammate, been running with him for much of the day, Zach Gregory. Brian Kennedy in direct contact with... no, that's not... I thought he was in direct contact with P10, but that is not P10. I'm sorry, P9. Here is P9. Alexander Ball just got passed by our leader. Put him a lap down. Only the top 8 currently on the lead lap. Here's John Mascioni. I hope I said that right. I know I raced with him in the 24 Hours of Daytona, but I called him John because I didn't know how to say his last name. But I have that same problem too, so people butcher my last name all the time. Casey with Leclerc 2019 off track. Hayden Herman on here. How you doing, Hayden Herman? Matt Houston, P11. Nope, a little bit of a kick there. Christian Jasper, this is still a battle for position. Christian Jasper right there, hanging tough. P12. P13, we saw him in the pits for a while. Zachary Flaum must have had a little bit of an extended repair, tow, stop, what have you. Just trying to make her home now. 2 laps down and 9 to go. Here's Neil Lusher. And Brian Mauldin. That's who we were looking at a little bit before. That All-American Racers Eagle. Let's shoot back up to the front. There's our leader, Andrew Wood. 9 laps to go. Take a look at Caleb Binsey getting around some lap traffic there. Yeah, top 7 are currently on a lead lap. Again, thanks for joining us. If you did, you're joining us a little bit late, but feel free to watch the remainder of the feed and then rewind it to watch the start, where we had quite a bit of action on lap 1, turn 6, where we had about a 6-car fracas, as we like to say. But since then, it's been pretty much smooth going. The 2 leaders have put on a fierce battle through the much of their second stint. The third stint seems to be almost a foregone conclusion if Andrew Wood keeps it between the lines for the next 8 laps or so. But thanks for joining us. This is RaceVerse coverage of the Sunset Arctic Formula Indy Series from the Hockenheim Ring. This is round 2 of 8. Brian Kennedy looking to make a pass there. That's 4th position right there. Battle of the alts and primes. Oh, pump fake. Gonna take the inside. Kennedy's gonna get that one. Yeah, that's just, there's no, well, over under. If he didn't hit that bump, I would say Ball probably would have had a shot, but he hit the curb. We saw Paxa do that a little bit earlier today as well. I don't think it was a battle for position. He was just hitting the curb. Caleb's probably just waiting for Wood's tires. You know what? You know what? That might be an actual strat. You know what? We'll keep an eye on this. As Bency is 3.6 back with now 7 to go. Yeah, Julian might have a point there. And he's already kind of locking him up and leaving some tire smoke. He has a lap or two. Let's take a look at when they stopped last. He has 2 laps longer on this set than Caleb. So Caleb's actually no, current stint 1. Wood lapped 8 laps ago. Bency and Wood just went purple not too long ago, 123.758, but I don't think that was recently. I'll look that one back up. But Wood is current stint is 8 laps. Bency's current stint is 7 laps. So Bency has one lap to the good on his tires. If he can get up there, I don't really have a report on the push to passes. I do have a scoring app that does that, but I think it drains too much resources. So we'll just give you the information you need to know right now. I don't see the rest of Wood's teammates. Of course, he is a teammate to Liam Quinn, who is our current points leader, but after the conclusion of this race, he probably won't be. No, he won't be. Just a fact, yes, he won't be. Apparently, this is, according to Julian, this is the Mercedes strategy. So, this is Bottas and Lewis. They do this. Coming to 5 to go here. Got a couple more turns to negotiate before we get to the Mobile 1 curve and then the infield theater portion where they have, I know they have concerts there. I believe Def Leppard did a concert there. Guns N' Roses too, I think. I'll have to look up exactly who's been there, but yeah, a number of concerts. They show movies there on a big screen as well, I understand. Oh yeah, they've had a lot of music events here. That's what I figured. Michael Jackson's been here. The world famous Michaels have been here. Schumacher and Jackson. Now you just need to get Jordan's now into auto racing. Let's get the other Michael here. Tina Turner, Pink Floyd, Rolling Stones, AC/DC. That's the extent of the ones that are worth knowing. Pretty sure Def Leppard did, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Hockenheim Ring located in the town of Hockenheim. Population is not very big. Hockenheim. There's only 21,000 people here, almost 22,000 people. But it explodes come Grand Prix weekend, I bet. Julian is giving me the encyclopedia of Formula One here. This is what I did to somebody else when they were doing their first IndyCar broadcast, and I became then a broadcaster at that point. So I think he's angling for a spot in the booth. Four to go. All he needs to do is just keep it under him. These tires probably are getting skatey at this point. Let's go back and take a look at P2, Caleb Vinci. At this point, I think Caleb knows that he's more than likely going to be either the points leader or very close to being the points leader. Let's just bring the car home and get a solid P2. Which I believe that's going to be 2 races in a row. So I never understood as a kid when I was watching Formula One races when you see I was watching Ayrton Senna and or Alan Prost and even going further back, Niki Lauda. I remember seeing some of those races on TV, and they would get on the podium, and you would think that when you're on the podium and you got these pretty girls kissing you and you're getting a big trophy and you're spraying everybody with champagne, you'd be happy. But these guys absolutely just looked pissed off to be there. And I never quite got that until I understood Formula One racing and understood racing a lot more too. And I can understand while most people would be really, really wanting that P2, and that would be great to end the night on that. I tell you, all right, Caleb is not wanting a P2. He'll take it over a P3, but he does not want a P2. A little puff of smoke there. Take a mind from our leader. We'll have to keep an eye on our leader. I think he's getting skatey, so Vinci still has a 3.3 second deficit to the leader. David says I should bring in Julian. David, you don't know what you're asking. Half a lap or so on board with Caleb. You got it. We will go on board with Caleb Vinci as this race wraps up. He's on a push to pass. That is that green border around the LCD screen that he has there on his Cosworth Pi. There's very few corners on the IndyCar's calendar schedule that has corners that type. I could definitely speak of Long Beach. I don't know what other racetracks we have that have corners that tight where you actually have to crank your hand over one hand that goes over the other hand all the way. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure there's a couple of them, but Long Beach, of course, comes to mind immediately with that last turn before the straight. Okay, those are painted pieces of concrete, or asphalt, I've been told. Okay. Look like AstroTurf. He's eating into him. He's eating into him. You might not be wrong. You might not be wrong, Julian. 2.3 seconds. You know, let's stay on board. Let's stay on board. How about that? I'm not allowed in the Formula One booth anyway. Well, it's probably a good thing because I don't know anything about Formula One. We're staying on board because here's where the action is. Final lap. Oh. All right, so I don't know, maybe he conceded there by doing that little bit of a weave. Oh. little lock up there, the right front. Well, last week it was his teammate. This week it looks like it's him. And I'm sure he's heard all the analogies, knock on wood and all this stuff, but hey, we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to say it's another win for Team Talent and the first win of the season and first win of his Sunsec Arctic Formula Indy Series career. Andrew Wood brings home the checker here at Hockenheim. There comes Christopher Hill. We should have got the other guys crossing the start-finish line there. Sorry about that. Matthew Casey blinking. Come on, man. Get her home. Get her home. Get her home. We'll get everyone crossing the start-finish line, and then we'll get an interview with your top three. Matt Houston crawling across. Here comes Cody Claiborne. Man, I think he's been a sixth all day long. What a solid and a very quiet top 10. Way to go. Better looking car. That anime car just didn't do it for you, man. Didn't do it for you. But beware of the green. But speaking of green, here comes Brian Kennedy in that matte black green circuitry foil pinstripe there of his Dallara. Brian Kennedy going to bring her home. Kind of kept her clean. That's what you do. P7. Let's go check out the Hinch livery. Okay, maybe he didn't finish. Oh, he was lapped down. Okay. Anyways, he'll get it anyways. And I think Christian Jasper's out there somewhere. I think he might want to finish his lap. We'll see. We'll give him TV time anyways. You know, some guys actually will drive them all the way back to the pits, and I'm one of those people. I just like that cool down lap just to kind of recollect all your thoughts. So let's get the final results of today's event. Your top three, your podium is Andrew Wood, Caleb Bensi, and Logan Paxa. Your top five is Christopher Hill and Matthew Casey. Your top 10 is Cody Claiborne, Brian Kennedy, Alexander Ball, John Massioni, and Matt Houston. Nice recovery to a solid top 10 finish there. Your top 15, Zachary Gregory, Christian Jasper, Zachary Flaum, Brian Molitor, and Neil Lusher. As we go to the next page. Next page. No, we don't want that one. That's the grid. Come on, people. Your top 20 is Gavin Sanders, Joao Ritter, Julian Altena. I know, it's Altena. Jason Fryer, Brandon Dunn is, and then your top 23 to round out the rest of the lineup. It's Dakota Benade, Jeff Groff, and Tyler Coogan. I don't believe took the green light. Let's get into these interviews, shall we? It's always a fun part, seeing if everyone's still around. I see him. There he is. Well, we're going to bring down Logan P3 is kind of a distance P3. You were kind of up in the thick of it for a while there in P2. Almost got into the gearbox of Caleb Binsey down there at P6. Talk about that and also the first one, turn 6 wreck that happened down there. Your teammate got involved in that. Did that change any strategy? So what about those two instances? And talk about the rest of your day.
Well, yeah, firstly, that wreck coming down to the hairpin was quite a surprise to me. I was in a call with Gavin, and he just starts yelling. I look back, and all of a sudden, I got like a 5-second gap to everyone. So yeah, I definitely changed strategy quite a bit. I had a lot more options just because I didn't have anyone, pressuring me from behind. And then after that, I just tried to get past Caleb, and I'm trying to think about what happened. I seemed to break a little bit later than him. I saw him lock up a bit. Right, I turned in, and I think that he tried to cover me off, and I wasn't really expecting it. So I got into the back of him, and then I think that me hitting him rotated the rear end of my car and sent me around.
Actually, I think it also damaged your wing a little bit because we watched you make your pit stop and we saw your wing kind of straighten out. But that was pretty interesting and pretty remarkable too, because I believe for that entire stint you were holding off who would have been our eventual winner, Andrew Wood. So I believe you were holding him off with the damaged wing. So bravo, brilliant to you. While we got you here, this is your first podium of the season. Anybody else you want to shout out to, say hi to, whatever? You got the mic.
Well, no, I'd like to thank our parents for watching. I'd like to thank Kamigoye eSports. I'd like to thank Prime Power Team, Trevor Wickens, Canadian Mini Indy for everything they've done. I'd like to thank Franklin Self Storage and Special Interest Auto. And I'd like to thank you, Gary, for doing this thing again, man. It's cool.
Well, thanks for being a part of it. P3, your first of what I'm sure is going to be many podiums and maybe some wins this season. Logan Pasca, P3, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Let's get Caleb in here. Caleb Binsey, P2. Are we happy or not? Caleb, you there? I'm not getting him. Maybe he's not happy. Well, so let's move him back to the waiting room. Let's bring down our winner, Andrew Wood. Andrew Wood, 2 for 2 for Team Talent. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, that was completely unexpected. I just bought the track 5 hours ago.
People like you make me sick.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough race. Yeah, I tried to do a long run on the reds and blacks each. I did long run on the blacks in the pre-race practice session, and I knew that was probably the tire that would be the most consistent throughout the run. So the reds actually hung on a lot longer than I thought they were going to in the first stint. I was also trying to take extra care of them. But I didn't feel the need to pit when I was pulling away from the guys behind, and I was keeping Caleb at the same gap. So when he dove in, I knew that it was probably time to get off the tire and do something different. And then for the third stint, I always wanted to go 15 laps on the reds to the end. So I was just hoping he wouldn't come in on that lap. Otherwise, I probably would have tried to push it one more lap on the blacks and use some push to pass.
Were you kind of taking it easy on that last lap or the last couple laps, because you had like a 3.5 second or so lead and he was starting to eat into it the last 2 laps. Was that you just taking it easy?
Actually, I damaged the car, I'm pretty sure, on like lap 41. Going through turn 1, I hit that bump wrong and I went up on 2 wheels and came down. I'm pretty sure I damaged the floor because my deltas were all out of whack too, so I had no straight line speed. So I knew I had to kind of maintain the gap to second. I knew I was going to be a little bit slower. I just didn't want to overdo it and try and loop the car. The reds were already gone, so the back of the car wouldn't cooperate. The front of the car wouldn't cooperate, so it was just kind of tiptoeing to the end there. So, yeah, just maintaining the gap.
Next week is Road America. What's next for you and Team Talent?
Yeah, Road America is going to be another tricky sort of maintain tire temperature track based off of what I experienced in the past. So yeah, it's not really a great track for me, but we'll just have to kind of see how it goes.
While we got you here, any shout outs? Anybody you'd like to say hi to?
Yeah, shout out to all the Team Talent guys that are watching and are probably roasting me right now as we speak. Special shout out to Liam, who's really kind of honed in a lot of my driving on road lately and given me a lot of tips and stuff to keep myself composed, and that really paid off today. And yeah, thanks for the guys that put on this league. It's pretty fun. Got all sorts of talent levels here, which is interesting, and hopefully it gets a little more competitive with some of the guys that are in mid pack getting up to the front soon, and we'll have a good championship.
You should tell your teammates to never roast a guy with the last name Wood. That's not right. But anyways, thanks for joining us. Hope to see you next week and more of your team next week at Road America. P1, you're going to move up in the points. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Here's Caleb. We'll see if he's there. Caleb Incy, come in, please. I don't think he's going to answer.
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, I'm a little spotty.
So my first question, I don't think you heard me or not the first time we watched you in here. Happy or not?
Yes, I actually am. I'm currently in South Carolina in a house that's not mine, so I have a really thrown together unstable setup to work with tonight. So it was very, very hard to be consistent. So I am happy with that, all things considered. Disappointing to lead that as many laps as it did, but just not be able to get it. But considering everything and this kind of circumstance and stuff, yes, I am happy.
Well, I mean, 2 P2s in a row. I think there'll be some people that would be thrilled to have 2 P2s in a row. I was telling the people listening at home some stories of when I used to watch Formula One as a kid, and you see Ayrton Senna get up there and get a podium, and he finishes third, and he looks like he was it's the worst thing in the world just happened to him. And I was like, I know Caleb wants this win, and he thought he had the win last week, and he didn't get the win this week. And I'm thinking, is he going to pull an Ayrton Senna and not be happy or not? So I'm glad you're happy, all things considered. Did you feel any contact between you and Logan in that turn 6 near miss that happened about lap 8 or 9?
No, I actually didn't expect. I mean, I felt it, yes, but I didn't really expect it at all. So like I said, my setup wasn't very stable. Some braking zones were a little tricky, and obviously that's the heaviest braking zone.
Sure.
I mean, maybe that we go to all year. So that was pretty tricky there. So I knew I wasn't super fast into there, but the gap that he closed very quickly was quite surprising. But felt a little bit of a tap, and obviously it hurt him more than it hurt me. But I don't know if I was a little slower than normal. He overcooked it, a little bit of both. But yeah, that was pretty close. I could have been close to race over, but glad to make it through.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe that resulted in any damage. I know sometimes when I hit the pits on some of these races, you always check to see if that fast repair box is checked or unchecked. You're like, oh, phantom damage. Okay. Next week's Road America, are we going to have you back at a more secure location rather than South Carolina with dial-up or whatever it is you're using?
Yes, I will be back at home. So definitely feel like today, pace-wise, single lap speed, obviously based on qualifying, I was on a lap about 4 times faster, so the single lap pace was there. Just the consistency with the setup wasn't there. So definitely looking forward to Road America next week. It's always been a pretty strong track of mine. So hope to get back to normal, comfortable setup. I know it may sound sensitive or picky, but I'm one of those people that are really, really sensitive to little changes and stuff.
Oh no, it's called home field. That's what it's called. I mean, yeah. I understand that too. There's no place like home. Before I turn the mic over to you, and I know I'm chatting with P2 longer than I did with P1. Does any of this make up for the DC that happened to you in the ERL 500?
I mean, in a way, yeah.
In a way.
Kind of makes me wish I tried this phone internet service for my computer today, or I mean on Friday rather than today. But yeah, obviously I was in the same situation as Friday as I am now. So unfortunately, that was the one where I had to work out the bugs, but still glad to get P2 here for sure.
Well, as they say in the old PSAs at the end of the G.I. Joe cartoons, and now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Yep.
Anybody you want to say hi to, shout out, mention here before we let you go?
Yeah, obviously, as always, RaceVerse, Matt, Dakota for obviously being part of the team, and obviously with the league as well. So it's been a great 2 races from my point of view. I mean, everything seemed to go relatively smooth, and so great start to this league for sure. And I don't know if there's any family and friends watching, but if they are, thanks as always. So yeah, a little disappointing not get P1, but all things considered, pretty happy with P2.
Well, Caleb Bency, congratulations. P2 again, but there's nothing wrong with that. We'll see you next week at Road America, hopefully on something a little less than AOL, or a little bit more than AOL.
I hope so too. Thank you.
So that does it. Again, we'll go through the standings one more time, and we'll get you on your way. Andrew Wood is your winner, followed by Caleb Bency and Logan Paxa. That is your podium. Christopher Hill and Matthew Casey make up your top 5. Your top 10 is Cody Claiborne, Brian Kennedy, Alexander Ball, John Massione, and Matt Houston. Your top 15 is Zachary Gregory, Christian Jaspers, Zachary Flaum, Brian Malder, and Neil Lusher. We're waiting for the page to change. There it is. Your top 20 will be Gavin Sanders, Joe Ritter, Julian Altina, Jason Fryer, Brandon Dunn, and your top 23 is Dakota DeMed, Jeff Groff, and Tyler Coogan. So that does it from here. Again, next week we're off to Road America for 37 laps, 150 miles for the longest road course race of the season, before jumping back to Indy and hopping on the oval. If you like what you saw today, feel free to search out the Sunset Arctic Formula Indy Series in the league's area of iRacing and apply to be part of the league, and then join their Discord service. For those of you watching at home, make sure you also like, share, and subscribe YouTube channel, also on Twitch and Facebook and Twitter. And that will do it for me. So I'm Gary again from virtual Baden-Württemberg, Germany, and Hockenheimring. Your winner tonight, Andrew Wood, winner of round 2.
Fawn and Fanny is an interactive specialty retailer of bath, body, and skincare products. And what we do is we DIY and customize bath, body, and skincare products. You can make hand sanitizer and hair gel and shampoo and conditioner and body lotions and body soaps and body butters and scrubs and even pet products. We have a very nice guys selection as well. The logo was designed just specifically for them, and the bottles were selected for them, and the scents. Our products are stripped down of all the unnecessary chemicals, and you can bring that product up however you're comfortable with it.